Lion Pine Beats production. Mr. Lion Pine Beats
Yes, we are. How you all doing? This is the Signal 27 show. We are in the community this week. First and foremost, before we get started, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you are watching, please do us a favor. It's free to like, comment, and share. We got some information that's going to be going out to all of you all who are interested in solar. So I'm saying solar. Why I keep saying it like that? Solar. And if you're interested in solar, anything solar in reference to going on your homes and your panels and all of that, we have some information for you all because, of course, y'all know what this is. This is Signal 27. And we are in the community with you all to try to get you all the best of what's going on here in Jacksonville. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and let you all know we have our normal people that's in the studio with us. So we got our moderator, none other than Queen Body Butter herself, Big Sarge Lakita Gordon, who's going to be in the chat to be able to answer all of the questions if you all have them that we don't get to, as well as making sure that you all have all the information needed as far as contact information and such. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Y'all ready? Now I'm gonna need for y'all to talk into the microphone. Y'all gonna have to get a little closer now. Don't be scared of it. It's all right.
Oh man.
So on the far left of us right now, we have none other than Mr. Warren himself. Y'all give it up to him. Usually I have some sound effects for y'all, but that's Warren right there. And right next to Warren is none other than Dennis. Both of these individuals are part of none other than Power Solar Florida. So how y'all doing this evening?
We're doing good. We're
Doing well,
How you
doing well.
doing? Doing
Thank you,
real
thank you
good.
for having us here.
Oh no, I appreciate it, man. Because listen, y'all know we getting solar panels put on, and my wife was like, "Listen, we need to get." We need to have somebody that we know put them on because we really don't understand how solar works and how the government is helping out individuals go clean and go green. So give us some insight. What exactly is solar or solar? I'm saying solar. I'm gonna have to stop saying it like that. Right, solar. So what exactly is solar? Solar panels, solar power, all of that.
Yep. So solar is the system. It's a solar system that we're going to be able to give the customer the opportunity to install in their houses, and it's going to substitute their expense with their power bill in their house. So pretty much it's the same thing that you did when you purchased your house, which is the best thing you can do, right? Purchasing your house, getting rid of the rental. So the same thing you guys going to be doing now when you guys start generate your electricity through your solar system. And I'm sorry that I'm a little bit nervous here. Normally I flow very well, but it's my first podcast, so let's see how this goes.
live and direct.
You know that's right.
What they say, live and direct.
So how did you all start? How did the company Power Solar start? Who's the owner of Power Solar?
So I'm one of the owners. Warren is one of the team leaders that we have in the company. He's been working for me. He's been my friend for many years. We started working in the dealership many years ago. So yep, I was
I think
working.
about it sometimes. I be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
how come this
yeah.
guy-
It's been a couple of years already. You have to stop, dyeing your beard.
Oh,
So you're talking about solar. We're talking about solar.
Okay,
We're
my
talking
bad,
about
my
solar.
bad. So when I was in Puerto Rico 5 years ago, I was working in this industry over there. It was the best thing that I did over there. So when I came over here, I was working in the dealership for a couple of years, and then I had the opportunity to start back in the industry, the solar system. So I saw a big opportunity because here you don't see that many houses like I see in Puerto Rico, or when you go to Orlando, for example, you see a lot of houses over there, or they already switched for the solar system. So that's when I came up. Okay, I believe we can impact Jacksonville and all the counties around, and that's what we're doing. We are making sure that everybody's getting the right information, clarifying any doubts the customer might have, and switching as much people we can help to this new thing that is a solar system.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And pretty much when I came on, like he said, he's done it since he's been when he moved from Puerto Rico. And when I started, it was a eye opener because I did some research on it as well, and it was a good give back, if that is a way to say it, because a lot of people in the community don't know about solar. So one thing I felt like I could do was give back in that way.
okay.
And I was educating them about solar.
Yeah. So to be honest, I didn't know. I knew a little bit about solar because my neighbor he has panels on there. But my concern when it came to solar was like, what if I run out of like solar energy? You know what I mean? And then my house cut off. You know what I mean? And that was my biggest concern. And
Shut down.
yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, I thought I had enough sun power. Now since I ain't got no sun and the sun ain't out no more, I'm not going to be able to get power till the sun come up. You know what I mean? And that was my concern. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I understand that the government was also giving out incentives to go solar. So can you give us some insight about how a person who doesn't know anything about solar wants to do something right inside within the environment? How does the government assist with individuals getting this solar, knowing that it's a possibility, can be definitely an investment in the long run?
You want to get?
So I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just like when you file your taxes, it's just a benefit from the government, like you said already. And the way they help you out is just saying that you're doing something good for the environment and crediting you that amount back.
Okay. But I'm still gonna have my house power on though, right? I'm not gonna run out of power.
Of course, you're never gonna run out of power.
Okay.
Yeah. So it basically, you got two questions in there. So I want to make sure that we explain as much as we can, right? And for the benefit of everybody. So I'm sorry. So the first one is the 26%, which is the tax credit that the government has right now, and that is just for the people that lives in the mainland. I'm Puerto Rican, so in Puerto Rico that doesn't apply. That's a big plus that we got here in Florida. And right now we just got the notification that the 26% is going to be 30%.
Oh wow.
For next year. So yeah, that's a huge game changer. Thank God that the government is thinking about going green and giving that benefit to everybody that switched to solar. And by the other question, it's a two-way question. Well, the good thing about when you have a solar system is that you don't need a battery.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people thinks that when you having a solar system that you actually need a battery, a Tesla battery, a generator battery. Enphase, there is a couple out there. But the reality is that you're going to be producing your energy during the daytime, and whatever is remaining is going straight to your power company during the daytime. You're going to have that credit over there, and at nighttime it's coming back in return. And whatever is left over, well, you have that in your favor. You're going to be building that credit constantly every single day of the year, pretty much. The only months that you're not going to be building a credit, that you're going to be using the credit that you just built, is in the months that you have less sun, like December, January, and up to February, pretty much. But at that time, you already have built enough credit that it's going to make that balance on your power bill, and you're just going to make sure that you're just going to have one bill. That is our commitment with every customer that we have.
Okay.
The commitment that we have is that we have built enough power that the customer will not have a double bill. That is a big concern that many people has when they're switching to solar system.
And when he says that, he means built for the whole year, consuming for your whole year.
Okay. So if I had to put a little math to it, right? Just so I can understand, if my monthly bill on average is like $250 a month, right? What happens is that the $250 a month that I would be paying for JEA would then get transferred over to paying for the solar, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
But chances are the amount for the solar is going to be cheaper, all the way around.
Exactly. So that is what we strive for, and just to be upfront with everybody, we can't honestly say that we're going to make it lower, because that would be a false expectation. We try to tell you we're going to have it at your average or lower,
Okay.
because like I said, it's just a false expectation of me to the customer saying, hey, I'm gonna make your bill lower.
Right. I mean, with the way things going now, with JEA acting as stupid as they are. Yo, I'm serious. I'm like, y'all.
He's not talking to you directly, JEA.
Well, right.
We still have to deal with y'all. So
We still have to do the permit of
we
your
still
house.
have to deal with JEA. So we're not directly talking to you, JEA.
Nah, I'm
If
not.
you can hear me on this microphone, he is not directly talking to you, JEA.
So, but I mean, the way things are going right now, a lot of individuals are starting to see that JEA has begun making changes and spikes to people's bills within the last couple of months. I'll go ahead and share mine because I don't mind. We usually never spent no more or had power consumed with our water, our electric, and our sewage no more than $250 a month. There's only 3 of us here. Just within the last couple of months, our bill has went up to like $420, almost close to double. And they have something on the bill that says other, and they won't tell us what is this other. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, listen, they have a monopoly in the area, so there's not another power company you can go to. So your only next best bet to get your bill to where it was, I'm looking to have my bill at least to around where it was, so I don't have to pay a $450, close to a $500 electric bill each month. So solar was the only way around. There's no other power companies here to go to. So Keita was like, well, listen, let's try going solar. I was like, okay, let's do that. And when you all came, it was ironic that she ended up running into you, Warren.
Literally,
because we was just talking about it.
I was literally on the way back home from the grocery store, and I saw her pass by, and I kept telling her, I was like, I see you all the time. I wave at you, but I don't be in my car, so I don't know if you recognize me or not. I said, but this time I'm gonna catch you. So she was headed to the gas station. Well, actually, I thought she recognized me and she was gonna follow me, but she actually pulled into the gas station. And when she didn't pull behind me, I was like, you know what? I did a whole U-turn in the middle of the street and was like, let me go catch up real quick. And we got rapping and talking, and she was telling me about her business. If you have not went to figure out about your company, it's Butter. Get some.
Yeah,
you gotta get some. Go get some of that stuff. It's very
good. It's very good.
She started telling me about her business, and then I started talking to her about solar, and I was like, hey, if you know about anybody interested in switching to solar, and not even interested, and just want to talk about it. And she was like, actually, I do. And I was like, who? She was like, me. I was like, oh, yep. Okay, well. And then it's been there ever since.
Yeah, I'm definitely ecstatic because I'm always looking for ways to save money. I'm not fickle, if that's the right word to use. Did I use the right word? Fickle, like a person who cheat. I'm not. I'm the time.
Frugal.
Frugal. There we go. What does fickle mean? What does fickle mean?
He was trying to be.
I'm trying to be articulate.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be articulate.
That person. He was trying to be that person.
I don't know if I can say that word, but I learned something new.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not trying to say I'm frugal, but I don't want to spend unnecessary money if I don't have to, and if I feel like I'm getting ripped off without ability to be able to make change, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. So that's the way it is. I feel like the spike in what JA is doing is kind of pushing people towards solar anyway. You know what I mean? Because there is nowhere else for anybody else to go. When I was from Washington, D.C., you have Pepco, and then you have these other power companies that you can go to and be like, well, listen, if you all going to spike up, I'll leave y'all, pay y'all last bill and go to another power company and deal with it. It's not like that down here. You know what I mean? So when I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, well, I'm ready. Had to get some clean and clear, concise information about how solar works. Now, you had specifically said that we don't need a battery. Ain't that right, Dennis?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so explain to the people, how does the solar work without the battery?
Okay, so I'm gonna go like for basic, simple, because I believe that's what people want to hear, right? They don't want to hear about kilowatts and this and that. So the panel is everybody has seen at least a solar panel,
right?
And our solar panels are all 6 feet, 3 feet wide, and it's black on black, and it has a little component that is called a microinverter. That little component in the back is what it converts the solar energy to regular energy, and it goes through the cables that is installed on your roof, right? So, but besides that, that has the technology, of course, that it's going to have a Wi-Fi on it. So you're going to be able to monitor your solar system. So if one panel goes out, we're going to see it, and you're going to be able to see it as well.
Okay.
Well, and by the way, JEA does the same thing as well. They know how much you're producing versus how much you are using from that production, right? For example, you just said we got 3 persons living in here. You guys both work, come at the evening. So let's say that during the day time, you produce the max of your production. When you are using that production, you're using it at your nighttime, because at the daytime nobody is here. So all that production that you built is going straight to JEA, and then at nighttime it's come and return. And whatever is left over is your actually It's actually your credit that you're building every single day.
Okay.
But let's say in this time of the year, of course, the sun goes out. It's almost what 8 o'clock, and the sun is still out there. So everybody that has a solar system, they still producing energy, and they're building a big credit. In this time of the year, when the December, January, and February comes, they have enough built already for those months.
Okay.
That they don't have enough hours of sun for that production that they actually need.
Okay. So I think I kind of got it clear. You understand?
Yeah, so pretty much the credit that you build throughout the day, at the nighttime, you're using that credit that you produce during the day. Okay, and to answer your question about the battery of having a system without the battery, is the battery is a battery backup. That's pretty much what all it is. So if you think about it in that way, a backup system would be the same as you would use as a generator.
Okay.
So if you only use the generator when your power goes out, when a hurricane comes through, whatever the case may be, you're not going to need to use it, right? So instead of having a system that has a battery that's just going to be sitting there, you just put a system on. Because of course, like I said, you're using the system or the credits that you built through the system at nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have nothing against a battery. The battery is awesome if you want to afford it, but I just want to be crystal clear with my customers and have the right information. By the way, this power company in Jacksonville, they give you it's like a check back when you purchase a battery. I believe it's
It's
$4,000.
like a rebate.
It's a rebate that they have for everybody that install a battery, because of course that is something that is on their benefit. So they're giving that little money out there. But in reality, a battery costs almost $20,000, even a little bit more, right?
Wow.
So a $20,000 investment for having something sit in your wall for an emergency when a hurricane came up or something like that, which I've been 5 years in Jacksonville. I haven't had a power out yet. So it's not something that is worth it, you know.
Okay.
So the best way to go is to have your solar system, in my opinion, right, produce the energy that you actually need based on what is in your power bill, which is what we use. We use your power bill, and from there we know how many panels you actually need, and we take out of the battery out of the equation unless the customer wants to have a battery for an emergency.
Okay.
Right.
It sounds definitely doable. And if I wanted to add to that, for my understanding, if in using kilowatts or just like battery on your cell phone, right? So the solar panel charges my phone up to 100. That actual 100% power goes to JEA, and I'm using I'm still on their network, but I'm using power that I've generated through the solar panels, right? And then whatever amount that I use, let's say I sent 100% power over the course of the full day while the sun was out to JEA, but for that day I've only used 70% of that, right? So I have a 30% credit that's at JEA for that day, and then I keep building up a 30% credit all the time for while the sun is still out for longer periods. So now I have all of this credit that is built up, but now we're in the winter months and that sun is out less. So instead of me using, sending 100% of the power to JEA, I'm only sending 80% or 70% of my capacity to JEA because the sun is not out yet. But now with it being cooler, I'm using a little more electricity because of the heat, and I'm using 80% power. So now I have to use the 10% credit that's there, and that 10% credit goes back on me, and I'm still paying the same amount. You know what I mean? So and that's definitely doable. And I know, right? I was studying.
He broke it down.
Doing his
I was
homework.
studying.
He's
He
been
broke
doing
it
his
down,
homework.
boy.
Right, yeah. I definitely like to know exactly what we're getting ready to do when it comes to purchases such as this, because and then on top of that, I want y'all to go into some detail about the value that you get. Go ahead and explain to them about the value.
Warren liked that part.
So now you're speaking as added value to your property.
your
To the
right?
property, yep.
Gotcha. So just talking in general, it adds up to 18% of value to your property. It could be more, it could be less, depending on the area. So now, if you have more people in your area get it, of course that percentage is going to go up, because not to jump into the real estate, but it goes pretty much off of the comps in your area. So if one person gets it in your area, or if you get it and somebody else gets it on their house and their property value is higher, then of course it's going to up your property value. If
Okay.
that makes sense. So
It's a percentage.
yeah,
so
it's just
a
it goes off
percentage.
the percentage.
So the minimum percentage that your house is going to increase in value is a 4%. And like you have, your neighbor has solar systems, so that will increase the value of the whole area. So until more people start switching to solar, the whole area is going to increase in value at the same time. So right now, I think his value was how much? I can't remember exactly,
Right,
but it was
now-
more than 25,000,
Yeah.
if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, on value of his property, just to switch into solar.
Yeah,
Well, I'll go ahead and share because I don't mind, because I'm all about the information. Based on what we owe right now, and with them putting the new shopping center over there, the value of the property has gone up to around 379, 380, right? But we don't have solar yet. So if I'm estimating right, the property value, if it goes up an additional 25,000, I'm looking at a property value with solar on my house estimated on the low end to be around 400,000 even. And then if our neighbors and things start to see the benefits of it, because we're going to talk about it. Anything that's good we do, we talk about it. Our neighbors are going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's good. Oh, who did you use? Now we have our neighbors to the left, our neighbors to the right getting solar panels. And now with everyone in the area getting solar panels, you're looking at a bigger increase even on top of that, because now everybody in this area has solar.
Exactly.
Okay. So
the
that's
thing about technology is I can pull it up right now for yours.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you're looking at a added value on top of what it already is. You're looking at an added value of 48,000.
Hold up, but I yeah, I lowball.
Hold on. That was my customer from today.
Oh, see, I'm sorry. You get me
I made you a little too happy.
Man,
huh?
look the
I
numbers
made
right
you a
here.
little too
Man,
happy. Hold on.
I was
Made it a little
too
too
happy.
happy. A little too happy. My bad. I got trigger happy. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up for you right now.
Yeah. And while you're pulling up that, I just want to let everybody know, please don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let us know what you think about the show. We're going to be putting the information in for the Power Solar Florida in the chat. If you have questions or concerns, or you're interested in getting solar, y'all get in contact with these individuals here. No one else, because they are the ones who are working with us. We work with them, and they are putting out an outstanding product. All right, Warren, go ahead.
Like they say, smash that bill. Smash that bill.
Smash, right.
I had to say
was-
it.
he was
All these
right
people,
there.
I was waiting on that. But I wasn't too far off. It was $41,770.
Still, that was hard because I only gave us 20,000. I was like, yeah, but still, that makes it 420 now. Everybody know what 420
Everybody
is.
know what 420? I mean, people that's watching.
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know.
Yep.
We don't want to associate that with this.
yeah.
This is in the
This
community.
is a very
Yeah.
community oriented.
Community-driven show. You know what I mean? So look at it like this. So on top of that, you get to create your own power. That's one. You put added value to your home, too. You lower your bill. You know what I mean? You get not off the grid, but you become more independent with the power that you have, and you don't have to be under the watchful eye of Big Brother, Big Brother JEA. You know what I mean? And then the possibilities of even building up more value in your home with other individuals around you. I don't see nothing but the positives in it. Now, with all positives, I have to ask, is there
What is the
any
catch?
negatives, and what are the catches? Yes.
Well, I can go ahead with a few, right? So one of the things that hurt a house when they want to put a solar system is definitely the trees, right? If you have many trees, you have too much shade. Well, we had to consider how to work with it. We had to cut those trees before we put a solar panel, because then you will not have enough sun up there to produce what you actually need for the cycle year. I was this week, just to put an example out there, I was helping this family, and they have a family member that lives close to them that wasn't producing enough energy, right? So I put myself in this position because I want everybody to talk well about solar. It doesn't matter if I did the deal or if I didn't did the deal. So I went to their house, and unfortunately, the person who was there doing that deal, it wasn't an honest person. This individual has like more than 20 trees on the back, and it's not from his land. So that's a double problem because he cannot touch those trees. He has to ask permission before he do anything with those trees. And he has in the back of that house, right, his pool, but there's like 12 panels that are not reaching enough sun because of the tree. So that definitely is going to hurt the production. It's going to definitely have a double bill for that customer. So if you have trees, we have to just be honest and transparent. We have to take care of it. We have a couple contractors that can help you out. But if you have a lot of shade, unfortunately, you have to take care of that before you can consider a solar system. That's the reality. If you have many trees and somebody wants to sell your solar system, don't let them. Just call us. We're going to help you. We can take care of the trees first, and then we can take care of the solar system. Do not put a solar system if you have too much shade on your roof.
Leroy said, "Bump that."
Yeah.
The neighbor gonna wake up one morning and he'll.
Hey, you ain't
What
lying.
you doing? We cutting trees
Hey,
down.
listen, I got a fireplace.
And the other thing that we like to, and we feel we take ownership and pride of it, is helping people to switch their roof. For example, if you have to replace your roof, because we're going to put a 25-year warranty, so that's very important. So your roof is going to be protected with the penetration warranty. If something start leaking because of the penetration of the solar panels, we're going to take care of it. But of course, it has to pass inspection. That's the part that you guys already have passed, right?
Okay.
Somebody's going to come from my company, from the engineering team. They're going to make sure that the roof is in good shape and that it's in good condition before we start with the permit process.
Okay.
So if the roof, let's say that it's too old, 12, 15 years old, and you have definitely had to replace it, we can help those customers as well. It's different, right? It's the solar system is one thing, the roof is another thing, but we can consider both of them and do it in the same loan and take advantage of the bank, because it's a solar system, they will switch your roof, they will switch your AC, even those windows that they have new specification and help you're consuming, we can do that as well.
You missed out because that was a good thing.
Mhm.
You missed out on the
What?
wait. There's more.
There's more.
You missed out. You
Well,
could have held that.
there's still more. There's the promo that you were talking about, so you can say you can say it now.
Okay. Well, wait.
Wait.
There's
There's
more.
more.
So we have a question in the chat, and somebody wants to know what is the average or an estimate to have a solar system.
I love that
installed?
question. But there
Before you do that, read that question again.
Chip wants to know how much is an estimate for the solar system
How you doing,
to be
Chip?
installed.
How you doing, Chip? So to answer that question, there really is not a average, sort of say, because it bases off of your usage for your house. Because you can have, I tell people all the time that ask me that question, you can have a 700 or 2,000 square foot house, and your neighbor can have a 2,000 square foot house, but your living situation is not the same as theirs. So your solar system won't be the same as theirs. So
Right.
there's really no average to honestly answer that question for you, Chip. But I can say reach out to us. My number is.
No, but
We're gonna put that in here.
Yeah, but I want to say something to her because I can give her this example. What is the less expensive? Is it him? I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Could
Chip.
be a her,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. My bad.
I know he uses up a lot of heat. Yeah, he needs a lot of air conditioning because he's a hefty fellow.
Okay, but the less expensive solar system that I have sold at this moment is $15,000.
Okay.
That's the less expensive. It was a customer from, I think it was.
Dang. What do you got? One
Yeah,
panel
but
on yours?
his average bill was like $70, and he
Okay.
still want to switch to solar system because he was looking to the near future. This is not gonna stay in $70. Eventually, it's gonna just keep going up and up. And Daytona is that good.
Right. Before we go, what's that beeping?
Just my phone.
This is
That's
fine.
you?
You
Oh,
should
okay.
put that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the most expensive one is in $120 something thousand dollars, and the average I could say normally it's around the 35, 50 something.
Yeah. If you want a actual average, I would say if your power bill right now is $100 to $200, you're gonna look at an average of 30 to 40,000. If your power bill is 200 or higher, you're gonna be in the 50 to 60 range, maybe higher, depending on your everything you have going on. I mean, that, I would say.
Yeah, but the most important thing to people to understand is that it's not the same business like when you purchasing a car. If you want a car, you go out there, you look for all the features that you want on that car, the right model, and then you can shop around for that same size or that same car. In this case, it's customized. So here, the first thing is you have to have a person that really knows what they are doing, because you don't want somebody that is taking panels out of the proposal and bringing you the best number that you want to hear, and then when you put your solar system, you don't have enough production up there.
Right.
So
Okay.
when you do a proposal with us, we're gonna explain to you exactly where that number come from and why you need that amount of panels.
Okay.
It's not what I'm gonna tell you; it's what I'm gonna prove you, and you're gonna have that nice conversation just like we have with you guys, and we're gonna answer all the questions regarding your solar system because it's customized for each customer separately. So I wish to give everybody the same price, but it's not fair to say that we're gonna be able to do
I've
that.
always learned this and used this with customers when they either ask me that question or when they see it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money." And I always tell them because, like Dennis said, you can have people that come out to you and get lowball you, and and the system might not be for you. So I always tell people, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Facts.
So if you put two and two
Like
together,
that.
you're always gonna get four. So if I put what you're doing right now, your habits of what you do right now in the system, it's gonna give me whatever you're gonna need for a solar system.
Okay. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Now, when it comes to the JEA, this is strictly money that's on your bill. That's strictly electric. This has nothing to do with water or sewer or anything, which means that you will
Well-
still get. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but because no, it does not have anything to do with water. But in those credit times, you can get credited to your account, and if you have a water bill that's under that account, they can credit you to that water bill.
Oh, okay. So the additional power that I end up using, like with the
Or don't
example,
use.
or that I don't use, with the example of the 30% that's left over, a portion of that 30% can go towards the
can go
payment
towards-
of the water bill.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I just thought.
My advice, right, to avoid any situation in the future when the pickup time goes down, is if you see that your water is $20 or $25, even if the total bill is zero, just put $25 out there because you want to have that credit available when you don't have enough sun out there to produce what you actually need. Because then you're taking advantage of the credit, but before you
Before.
actually need it.
Right.
Because in this case, well, our power company is charging you for both your water and your power bill. So
Okay.
whatever credit you have, if they are taking it out to pay your water bill, just pay your water bill or add it to the account so that way you're gonna have that credit available when you actually gonna need it.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at. I was like, okay, well, listen, I understand that we still got that $25 water, that $30 sewage. That's roughly around what, $55. Get my math together. Help me get my math together. But just go ahead and take care of that because that's could be considered separate. Unless you fallen on hard times or something and you need for that to take place. But there's a system that works. So, yeah, I'm definitely ecstatic. I'm ready to go ahead and get our solar panels put in. But with the breakdown that you all do, I kind of understood the breakdown about how you all get the calculation of how much power we would need here at this house versus somebody else at their house. You did this calculation about the air conditioning unit, the hot water heater, and where the panels could possibly go depending on the homeowners association. Has there been any stumbling blocks when it comes to doing this process?
Yeah, you just name it, the association. I don't know why, but because I don't know what is in their benefit. It looks like something is in their benefit, or they just don't like solar panels. But I'm talking about all Florida. Association always is a headache. but we already used to it, and we know our ways around them, and they cannot stop a solar project because there's a federal credit out there, and it's illegal just to stop it. They can say, I recommend you, I can do this and that, but they just can't stop the project. Some places they might try, but they're not gonna win. We
Okay.
got more. My home installer has more than 1,000 installation already, so we know what we're doing, and we're not gonna let them stop the project.
Okay. Well, that's good. So I just want to go ahead and put this out there as well. For all of y'all that are thinking about getting solar, okay, I want you to get in contact with both Warren and Dennis, so that way they can go ahead and do the estimate and get the information out there to you. But I want to let you all know that your biggest companies are also doing solar as well, and they're doing it to the point because they have the money to be able to invest to purchase large plots of land. I was doing my research on Disney World, and when we went out to Las Vegas, a portion of Las Vegas in the desert, there's nothing but solar panels. And we was looking. I was like, why are all of
saw
these
it. I was
solar
there
panels?
last year, yeah.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? A portion, if not all of the major companies or major hotels or whatnot, they have panels already built in. From my understanding, like what you said, I did my research. Disney World is completely solar. They're not on. I mean, they're on
off
the
the
grid.
grid.
Well, off the grid, but they are completely solar. They create their own energy for the park. And just imagine how much money they save after they go ahead and take care of paying for the panels themselves. It's like, okay, well, I'm paying for the panels themselves. Once the panels are paid off, you don't have an electric bill as long as you are producing what you need. As soon as you don't produce enough, that's when your credits come in to be able to assist you. You know what I mean? So in the long run, this helps you out in the end. So if I get a $30 system and the money that I was paying to JEA, the $450, I decide to go ahead and take care of my panels with that. Once my panels and stuff are paid off, then I don't have an electric bill at all.
Yep, that's
And
a fact.
and then what happens with that? You know what I can do with that $450 afterwards?
No, and we're thinking about 450 now in the
Right.
2022. If you look in the long run, 2025, 2030, nothing in life goes backwards. You know, this house, we was talking about the value of the house, how much it has increased in the last couple of years. Do you guys believe it's going to be at some point, it's going to be the opposite, that the houses is going to be cheaper? No, material, everything is more expensive. Even the food in the grocery store is more expensive today. So if you're paying 100, 125, 200, 300, whatever the case may be, and you are going to live in that house for the next 10 years, you know already that in the next 10 years, your power bill is just going up. It's not
Facts.
going down.
Yeah.
All right. So is there any other questions, Keith, in the chat?
The only thing I had, and before she get into that, the only thing I had to say to that as well is, you know, yeah, all those companies, solar companies like Disney World and places are going solar, but if you think about it, JEA is going solar as well. So if they're going solar, these power companies are going solar. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And they're not passing the benefit or the cost that they're saving. You know, that profit is for them and
Yep.
only them.
Bonus
Because nobody is paying less than 2 or 3 years ago. And they have more solar panels out there than what they used to. And they're taking advantage of the solar credit as well, like everybody else. So if, like Warren said, if they are doing it, why we are not doing it? I know the answer. The answer is that we don't have enough information. Because as soon as you got all your information and you have clarified all the questions, this is a no-brainer.
Facts.
You know, it's a no-brainer.
All right. All right. Well,
Absolutely.
with that being said, I definitely want to go ahead and let you all. How can they get in contact with you if they want to go ahead and get information about solar?
And if they want to work with us, Warren is our team leader. He can take care. He do incredible training. So if you're looking for have a second job or something like that, you can call us too.
All right.
So the best way to get in contact with us, we do have a profile on Facebook and Instagram under Power Solar Florida, or you can get in contact with me directly at my cell phone. It's 850-517-7156. Like I do it on your messaging, it is 850-517-7156. If you are looking for a part-time job or if you're looking to switch to solar, please get in contact with me. I'm open to
Make
speak.
sure to get the right time to Warren, because Warren can be knocking your door at 7 a.m. So, just saying.
I definitely will. I'll come up to your job, like they said, hide your women, hide your kids. I'm looking for you.
No, it sounds like you're a very professional, punctual young man. You know what I mean?
Very
Unlike
professional.
myself, I get to work late every
Late.
No.
No, I ain't gonna flex because it is a how can I put it, a flexible hour job. So sometimes I do, like you say, you can get to work late sometimes. But sometimes if I have to be up, like when we going to Orlando or we going out of town somewhere, we have to be somewhere, of course I'm gonna be that professional person and be up when I need to be up. So if that's 5, 6, o'clock in the morning, we there.
All right. So once again, go ahead.
Social media, one more time.
Okay, social media one more time for the Signal 27 show or for Solar? Okay, go ahead and give your social media one more time.
All right, so that is Power Solar Florida. I don't make sure it's not an LLC on there, but it's Power Solar Florida.
Yeah, it's Power Solar Florida.
You can hit me up on my social media as well, under Warren Hart. You'll see me laid back in the Corvette, which is not my car at all. But you can hit me up on my social media as well, or like I said, you can hit me up on my cell phone. It is 850-517-7156 if you forgot.
All right. So once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Signal 27 show in the community. Please make sure that if you are interested in solar, I said it right. If you are interested in solar, make sure you get in contact with these two gentlemen so that way they can go ahead and get you the information that you need so that way you can become energy free. That's the way I kind of see it. You know what I mean? Become energy free. You know what I mean? And make that extra money. Sometimes you might not realize how much power you use even in the wintertime. Maybe you can start getting that credit and start having JEA actually start sending you checks. You know what I mean? So that's how the way things go. But like I said, remember that we are the city's #1 live comedy podcast. But this week, we are in the community with none other than Solar Power Florida. Y'all make sure that y'all go out there and follow them, like, comment, and share this particular video and share it with your friends and family. So that way, if they're interested in solar, they will be able to go ahead and get started as well. Once again, you can check us out every other Sunday at the Signal 27 show Signal 27 show podcast on Sundays. Make sure that you watch this week. This week, we're going to be talking about these women and how they make men the weapon. Y'all see how it is. Yes. Yeah, this weekend, I'm not sure if you all heard about the, I can't pronounce the name of the store that was in New York, but the woman wanted to get some chips, didn't have the money, and she weaponized her boyfriend. Well, the guy that was in there, and he ended up going behind the counter, and then he ended up getting killed because the woman weaponized him all over a bag of chips.
Chips?
Over a bag of chips. He wanted to be big and bad with this older gentleman. So tune into the show this Sunday. That's what we're going to be talking about. Lastly but not least, for all of y'all that don't know, the moderator that's in the chat, she is none other than Queen Body Butter herself, Miss Get Some Got Some LLC. She has any kind of shea mango or cocoa butter that you would need to keep your skin soft and supple. Y'all make sure.
On right now.
Hello, see? Yeah. Y'all make sure that y'all go out there to her Facebook page at GetSomeGotSome.com. She's a big ball of motivation, but she's also make sure that you keep your skincare together. And for all of you all that are in the city of Jacksonville and you're looking to get your face done, make sure that you bring her your face. That's Miss Esthetician. She knows how to do it and get your face all clean, get rid of them blackheads. Now, that's right, got to get it done, right? So, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Signal 27 show. Make sure that you all continue to tune in and watch us. We appreciate each and every last one of y'all, and you have yourself a good evening.
Y'all did.
This is a lot of